Alrighty guys, so welcome back to this section of the vlog, wherever we're going to slip it in. We are down here in Cork for the next couple of days with TCTS Ireland and Group Technologies, which is their software company, and then hopefully also get a wee bit of time off, look at some of the mountain bike trails and some of the beautiful area that Cork does have to offer. Now we can't promise that, however what we've done is we've taken the camper van down, which is our Volkswagen T6.1 California, and I'm going to try and put a couple of videos up of that as well, because I know when I was researching it and looking for bits of information, there were some great bits of information out there and there was other bits that I couldn't find, that I kind of just stumbled across myself. But anyways, it is now Thursday evening and we are actually in here, the beautiful place, the Lisard estate. And as I say, we have a couple of meetings, a couple of Zoom meetings, and then this is on a whole estate. I think it sits on, I'll have to just check it up, how many acres. I'll put it in, I'll write it in here somewhere, how many acres this site is. But what we might do, because it's such a beautiful looking site, we might throw on a chest cam or a head cam, and on the back of the camper we have the mountain bikes, so make a wee bit of footage from that. Anyway, we'll see what can happen, or what's the worst can happen. The California T6.1 is out and about. Chef's busy. But what I'll do later on is I'm going to give you a review of this bike rack. Now, I have put it up, I think I recorded the fitment of it on the phone, so I'll see will it go onto the software for editing. And it's actually, when you're talking about these up and over doors which swing up, what we want to do is be fit to get this whole bike rack to come down like that. Wee bit of modification, changing holes in there on the chains on the wire, but yeah, I'll try and throw that in here as well at some stage. Right, let's get some lunch. Ooh,
that's good.
Let's get this at, and then what I was saying is I might throw a head cam on or chest cam on and get the mountain bikes down around the track.
It's very dark.
It is very dark, isn't it? Yeah, I guess it's like that all the time. Wee bit, but no setting on. Well, not really. We'll see what happens. Alrighty guys, so we are now down here in Durrus, D-U-R-R-U-S, down in Cork, and there's a thing for campsites and campers called Park Up Snap, and we found this absolute wee gem of a place, no cost to it. Text the lady and gentleman that owns it, they give you a key code and away you go. But I'll give you an example of what I'm talking about. So we come in off the road with this gate here, and you have this lawn, you can see freshly cut, and this is what you're parking up against. Complete two slots is all is here. One is on a raised bed, and you have this down here, and look at that for an absolutely beautiful, what are we on here at the minute? We're on the 26 27th of October. No, 27th of September 2024. And look at this for an absolute beautiful park up. So we'll put in we'll drop in the description below the location to it or the contact details for these guys. We've had to obviously use the chocks we touch, just to chock up the wheels, front and rear, to get it level. But as you can see, we've plenty of room to hold the whole place up. So I'm not sure if I've done a vlog or any sort of YouTube video on these particular vans, which is the Volkswagen California T6.1, the last one's made. So there was a big rush match to try and get a vehicle like this, but as you can see, I'm standing up and we're about to have a bit of dinner, and that's the space we have. Obviously this here top bunk, it pulls down, and then you get your beautiful view in the morning. Look at that for a view out of the camper. And just to show you here, for example, if I pull this top bunk down, that's what your view will be like in the morning. Laptop on, late night working, but that makes it worthwhile. Now, look at these here for a sprung bed on the top of these Californias. LED lights not up around the roof, fresh air ventilation here. This here also opens up if you want to look out that side, and as you can see, that side as well. So they're all flying at it, which is perfect. Now, I'm not sure if I can show you this here. Let's say I can, but no, put the ignition on. I'll put the ignition on later on to show you the level bubble that comes. There's an electronic digital level bubble that'll come on to show for level front and rear and side to side. So that's the setup at the moment. And although we are the kitchenette set up inside for cooking, obviously we're going to look at this setup. So we've had this in the boat as well, and this is just because we don't want to sink the van out. It is a brand new 2024 van. Bike rack. I don't know if I showed anybody the bike rack, or I will show. I did do a video earlier of the Thule bike rack for these particular transporters. Now if it's an up and over door, obviously the big problem is you have to hump the bikes off, like the ordinary mountain bike and the e-bike that's over there. Very heavy. You see people struggling to get them on top, you see people struggling to get them on the rear. So yes, it is a bit more expensive. It's a lot more expensive, to be fair, but it definitely works well. So all that happens here is you have a foot peg. Put your foot in the foot peg, clip it open, and there you go. So now that opens up the whole way to allow you to open the rear door fully. Actually, I'll show you this, in case you think I'm not telling you the right way of it. Now, when the two bikes are on that, it does the exact same. And then we're into the rear of the camper. Look at that view. And if you didn't know, guys, in the rear here is seats. So there's two, I suppose, camping seats built into the back. Nice comfortable seats. Some people do give out about them. Obviously we have nicer, more comfortable seats with cup holders built into them for the boat, but they're just too much to carry about with you. And why would you carry them about when you have got them built in already? Now we have the table out, and this table as well, we don't have to hump it about, because in the side door there's a slot in there. Not sure if you can see it. Let me jump in. I'll do a full video on this, guys, so you can see what I'm talking about. But in here is where the table sits, and it clicks in through that catch, and that's where your table sits. Beautiful. And of course we have soft closing doors for at night. Another feature that I find very useful on the California is you can set all the light settings. So obviously it's all LED lighting, ambient lighting underneath the kitchenette, which is class job. I think there's about 8 or 10 different light settings on it, so you can set the top lights, interior lights, front interior, rear interior. But there's also a setting on it so you can set it that if you're coming back to a park up or a motorhome or a caravan park, and you hit the buttons to open it up, it doesn't flash the lights and it won't put on the big LED HID lights at the front of the van, which is a fantastic bit of kit. Anyway, I'm going to get these seats out and then let's see what we can do. I'll show you this actually, let me see. One-handed, no problem, no problem. We catch, boom, and then seat out. To extend the seat, boom. Look, I've done that live, no editing, no cutting. I'll do this side too, just in case you thought there was a fluke. We catch down, grab your seat, and out we go. Bring it over here to the site, and I'm just gonna open it up like that. Seat 1 and seat 2. Oh, what, do you want the gas on? So Natalie now wants the gas on, so I'm going to show you here just when I am rolling the camera. Hold on. Gosh. Just turn on. You do we switch on?
I'll switch it off.
Yeah, that's okay. I'll come back to you. 10%. Alrighty folks, we are in Bantry here. So we're in Bantry, County Cork, down at the marina, which if anybody follows us, they know we love a bit of marina, boats, industry, pilot boats, fishing boats. So yeah, mad interesting. What I mean by that is, in around these towns and villages, it's all just mad. Obviously fish all the time. And these guys, they go out in big trawlers and small trawlers. Some of them, I was chatting to some yesterday, and they're small boats, and they go out. Oh, phone call. Stand by. Okay, charging by. Sorry folks. That's another reason why I try not to use the phone to do any videos on, because the bloody thing never stops. Anyway, where we are here at the moment, as you can see, it is a good wee park up. It's in beside the private marina, but what you have is you have the ladies and gents toilets, and then you have your brown and grey water waste. So obviously you can go in and empty out your cassettes. Good recycling station in here, and then you can pay by the hour. So on the ordinary card machine, now although it says here cash only, it also says down here debit cards with the touchscreen. So we'll see what way it plays out, but it's €20 for up to 24 hours for camper vans and motorhomes up to a certain size, probably 2.7 in height. Anything higher or longer than that, then I think it's €30 for overnight. And although it's a main road, a wee bit noisy, but you have the town of Bantry, and then you have the Super Value over there in the distance, which is a good spot. And then, as I say, the marina, and here's a nice walk where we're going to jump on the bikes and get a cycle round at some stage as well. Yeah, but as I say, for that there money, you also get electric hookups. A couple of guys beside us there on the electric hookup. So you have your electric hookup, you have your toilets, you have your wastewater disposal, your grey and your brown water, your black water disposal, and yeah, all good in the hood. A lot of nice sailing boats in around here as well, as you can see. Top class. Right, so the plan was Natalie was going over to see could she get maybe something for breakfast instead of banging on the pan, but there's nothing over there, so we're going to bang on the pan. I suppose in this clip what I might do is just show you this through bike rack. Now I know I've showed you before, but why we want this here now, there's 2 bikes on it. So we have got the QB bike on, and then we've got an ordinary mountain bike, which is light frame mountain bike obviously, but there's a lot of weight on the back of this lady. So what we're going to do is I'm going to turn on the gas cylinder that I have in the back of the van. Yeah, I might try and vlog this as best I can. So load up the old van. So as I showed last night guys, there is a foot pedal here, and when we open that and release it, it brings it all down again. Let me see, can I show you this? Mebs. a clue if you've seen any of that, because I'm vlogging outside here, people looking at me. But anyways, so in the back of the California, hello, in the back of the California, we have this wee compartment in here, and if we open up the rest of the compartment, down in here we have where the gas sits. So let me take out these bits and bobs that I had. Alrighty. Now obviously you don't have to do this all the time, but I just turned the regulator off for safety after the shower. It fits in there, which will do a full van tour at some stage. And the explosion box in here, get my hands in the way, I would say. And then I have it piped in. So what some people were saying is that they can't get these lids back on, and what I would probably presume is when you fit this, the regulator valve sits up at the top, and therefore you can't screw in the cap. But if you bring it round the side and then just put it off centered a wee bit, obviously this is going to be left hand thread, screw this back on again, and that will let the cap go on. Now this here regulator is just like, number one, you can hear the gas. Just going to turn that on, and as I said, I just wanted to turn the regulator off last night in case it went boom in the middle of the night, and that screws on again. Right, let's take a run inside here, and then what I'm going to do is, now that is just precision engineer. And then with one hand, what I'm going to do, lift that up, click clack, and there we go. Is that? Now this cupboard probably going to be full of stuff. Up in here we have a gas regulator. That's to turn the gas on and off. Also, the gas going to the, so that should be the gas on now. And then I should be fit to open up the double oven. Not double oven, sorry, double grill. Again, this is the sink. Now I'll up inside it. So let's see, is this working now? Might need two hands for this. And as you can see, beautiful flame. Maybe you can see it, maybe you can't, I don't even know. Right. Now, because we're parked up here, and we're going to be alrighty folks, it is now 8:30 night, and next, or hopefully last meeting of the night. And where is it? As usual, bloody golf course, or a hotel with a golf course. So these boys have to meet are in clan about over there. Instead of getting a real sport, let's get them down here into the hotel, get a bit of business done, and let's see where we can go from here. Anyways, stand by. Guys, so we are hopefully about to finish up here now. Very productive week, productive couple of days. Couple of days was not productive, or meetings that were planned just didn't go ahead within the time scale that we wanted it to, or as spending too long at certain different locations as well. But it's just been one of them weeks, back and forth, and a couple of very productive meetings this morning. Serious recruitment going on, so we'll see how that pans out. What else? I'll not say their name, but they know who they are because they follow us on social media, and if you do comment, like, subscribe, you know the crack on YouTube. Anyways, just that other meeting's finished up now, which is again productive sort of meeting. These boys are too busy messing about playing golf. So, sorry, we're just managing Holyhead Transport Hub. Where they go to? Yeah, so right, sorry guys, so that's really where we're going to end it today, or maybe even this week, and we'll see what happens tomorrow. As I say, we're down here in the Waterfront Hotel and Spa Resort, or whatever it's called. Them clowns were playing golf, had to drag them away from their little golf game so they could stop hugging each other and come out here and do a bit of business. So with that all sorted out, they're happy. A couple of issues sorted out for a client regarding the health and safety prosecution coming up soon. But the other guy that was here, he's in serious difficulty with DVSA. And again, it links into the conversations I had earlier with the two ladies about this industry in itself. These guys obviously are sit at the very top table. They own businesses. Within them businesses, they have transport, they have logistics, they have 3PL, 4PL and warehousing. And they haven't a clue what's going on underneath them. You know, they just know that this is the product, this is the warehouse, this is the amount of product we have to sell, and this is the amount of product we've sold. And they don't even know how it gets transported. Now, that might sound stupid, but as a business owner and as an investor myself, you know, you expect your management team and the management structure you put in place to do all this and know all this. But again, it's just not that easy. And for, you know, some of the regulators that follow us as well, they understand that. But I like to just reinforce the fact that the business entity and the way the businesses are run are separate from the transport function, although legislation ties them together. But the point of responsibility, especially on a restricted licence, where there is no qualified TM, but it is vital to put a person responsible for transport in to place, and they have to be held accountable as well. But the problem is, a lot of big companies just bang about and put somebody in for the crack. So yeah, that's the plan. Nice, productive, motivating scenes here beside me. That's why you should never watch the news. Right. So, I think that's it, is it? Yeah. We'll have a couple of options here tonight. We either go back up the road 4 hours 45 minutes, or we go up the road tonight to meet with our next client in the morning, which is about 2.5 hours drive away. So we'll see what the crack is. I think this place has a swimming pool actually, and you know, I would actually slip into the swimming pool. The gym I've seen, it's okay, but you know the way you go to these places and there's a swimming pool and it's like the bloody length of this table, you know. it's about you just straighten yourself out and then you're back for another length. Anyways, right guys, chat in a bit, that's all. And alrighty guys, that is us finished up finally. What time is it? It's bloody 3:30 on Saturday, and that 4:45 or 5 hour drive will not do itself, so we need to get on the road here big time. I've two guys have texted me back to say that they're available for a chat later on, but you might see them, you mightn't see them. Anyway, I need to get down the road here and might have a wee chat in the van as we go down the road for 5 hours. Stand by. Right, peeps, let's get the hell up the road here. A bit of a chat. So yeah, absolutely crazy, flat out. It's not what we're saying at the moment because it's like this all the time, which is, don't get me wrong, it's fantastic. It's taken a lot of work for us to get to the level we're even at. However, the worrying bit, that shouldn't be a worrying bit for us from a business point of view, but the worrying bit is that the amount of issues that we're currently fixing for businesses is crazy. You know, it really is starting to get, what's the word you could say, it is very worrying, very concerning that we have to go in and deal with issues that are schoolboy errors. You know, they're the very, very basic bits of transport compliance and health and safety and risk management and risk mitigation and training and, you know, all them sort of things you put in place. Now, people over the years have said to me, why does that annoy you and why are you giving out about it when there's companies that do bits of work that you do but they can never compete because you're that busy and the reputation you have for doing the work? And I think when people ask me that, they answer their own question, because it is the way we do the work. It is the sheer mass experience that we have, you know, within 6 different sectors at the highest level. So no matter who tries to do this work, you know, yes, they can be absolutely fantastic at 1 or 2 elements of it, but they can't bring it all together in an end-to-end solution. And that's why we especially find it hard to recruit. On our APAs, our Authorised Associates and Providers Programme, you know, when we're trying to build our partnerships and give guys that want to work on their own the opportunity of becoming a franchisee of tctsgroup.com, well, it's so hard to get, you know, the right people. And yes, we give it in the training and people are very smart and they'll take on the training. However, the only downside of that is the 10,000 hours comes in, and it's trying to get people the experience they need to have and the work they need to do and the hours they need to do to be fit to run at that level. So that's really one of our main issues. As I say, they're answering their own question because nobody cares. Nobody cares. Remember, it's the golden rule of life. Nobody cares. However, we do, and that can be a problem. And we care because we do every side of it. You know, we can do the assessment side, we can do the education side, we can do the training side, but we also do the accident investigation, the fatal accident, the forensic examination, the coroner court, the expert witness. We do all that as well. So therefore, when we're dealing with issues and it's other people, well, 99.9% of other people and companies will, you know, Google it up, or they'll watch our content, or they'll be speaking to me over the years, or they'll be, you know, they'll have attended something that I've done, and then they're just reiterating information, which is okay. But I was chatting to a young fella only a couple of weeks ago, and he went to do his, I don't know what he went to do, Safe Pass or one of them construction tickets. And I said, how do you get on? And he was running it down a wee bit, and I said, now come on. I said, you will always learn something. And he says, no, to be fair, it was a bit of crack, and yeah, learned 1 or 2 wee things. He says, but you know, we do this day in, day out, every single day, and what the guys are talking about isn't really applicable and doesn't happen in real life. And he says some of the stories are kind of, you know, way over the top. And he's right what he's saying, because even stories that I have told people from live incidents and accidents and investigations and all, you know, people listen to it and take it on board because it's factual, and they don't know if it's factual or not. And someone else telling the same story, the facts are still the same, and even if they add on nothing else to it, it's very hard to listen to them, believe them and understand them, because I suppose if you're telling, you know, the truth, the passion comes out in it. It's not so much the passion, it's the remembering of a particular event. And I think that's a big issue that we have, especially with driver CPC training. You know, it's one of them things where we have a very, very high majority of trainers that are, you know, they don't have the background, they don't have the experience to be delivering training that's going to be any value apart from death by PowerPoint of content. And then we have other trainers who have damn good experience in, we'll say, 2 modules out of 5, and then they do the other 3 modules that they don't have the experience or expertise in, and it shows very, very quickly, because a driver in a CPC course will ask you the questions, and of course they'll ask you the questions. Aren't they paying for a bloody course? They want the answers, and the usual answer that people get is no, I don't know, or they'll give them an old answer and, you know, it's full of crap. But anyways, so yeah, that part, the point I'm making is just when we're that busy, I'm taking phone calls here all day. You know, today is Saturday, I'm down here in the south of England, and it's just the day-to-day grind still goes on. You know, the businesses still go on. If we had one business only, would it be any easier? No, absolutely not, because all of our businesses fall into the one end result. They're all solutions that give us a full end-to-end solution. And you know, you're dealing with that. You're dealing with issues. You're trying to be contactable at all times for staff. You do look at it and think it's a bit counterproductive, because if I'm not contactable that much and I'm giving the information that much and I'm answering all these questions, well then what's the point of staff? However, that's not always true, because there's times you can have the absolute best staff in the world and they still need the direction and the leadership. And you know, I always try and empower staff and give them the what could you say, give them the authorization to fail, but they must fail very fast. And you know, just do it. Just come up with an answer. You know, make a decision. If it's the wrong decision, make the decision. And the problem is trying to get me all the time. It's not just that easy. But we have an absolutely fantastic team. We're probably the best team we've ever had since we started. To be fair, I've had a couple of good guys when I started first. But you know, the bigger you get, the bigger problems you get. The more people that want to work for you, the people that want to work for you have only 15% experience or ability to do what they say they can do. And I had this conversation yesterday actually with two ladies about this at a meeting, and they were agreeing with me, because the people go in, you know, there's nothing as nice as getting somebody that comes in and maybe they can't sell themselves, and they'll say, listen, I don't know anything about this, or I only think I know it, but give me a chance and I'll prove what I do know, compared to the person coming in and selling you a complete donkey where they don't have that experience or that capability or that background or that want or that drive or that passion. It's gone. You know, it's very, very hard to get. And when we sit on boards and we do a lot of risk management and we do, you know, business monitoring, we do business management, we also have our accountability coaching company called Shadow, you know, and that's a very, very big part of what I do for a long time. And I do a lot of accountability coaching, and to me it's very simple. It's just, that's all it is. It's accountability coaching. Bring in your C-suite, let's hold them accountable. By the end of that meeting, you're going to get rid of 70-80% of your staff. And what's wrong with that? I don't understand what's wrong with that. Because if they're non-productive, it's not only that they're non-productive, they're actually a liability to your business. And if they're a liability to your business, why would you not cut it out? You know, directorship law would state that you've actually brought the business into disrepute by keeping these people on. Fair enough, good enough idea. So yeah, there's a lot of things going back and forth, trying to streamline. Like, we're very, very heavy with processes, systems. We're, well, as people say, we're completely 100% digitalized and innovative with technology. And we are, like, everything we do is digitalized. And, you know, as I say to our team all the time, if I cannot access it and look at it, fix it or assess it from anywhere in the world on a phone, it ain't no good. Get it out, it won't work for us. And that's okay if you have the right systems and control measures in place. But it's like anything else. It's like Compliance Pal Global Software. You know, our technology company, Group Technologies, Compliance Pal and Tachograph Pal, you know, it's starting now to take over the world. But it's only going to be as good as the data people put into it. And I go and I deal with every bit of software, and I have done for the last, I don't know, I'd say maybe 8 to 12 years, when software started to come in at the very start into the workplace, into transport logistics, 3PL, 4PL, shipping, you know, aviation, things that have come into in industries we specialise in. And some of them have been an absolute disaster, of course they have, because really that technology is only out in the last, you know, really 5 years, 8 years, and some of it's absolutely fantastic. But the problem is, people will slabber about it and give out about how bad the software is when they're not inputting the data correctly. And it's as simple as that. You either put it in or you don't put it in. Am I taking the wrong junction? No. So that brings you back to, you know, our software side of the business. But as I say, I don't complain about it. I highlight it, and people be wanting to watch, you know, business parts of the video as well. So this is what you're going to get for a bit of a chat here as we go through. Alrighty folks, shower done. Holyhead Transport Hub, absolutely fantastic. Clean, warm showers. What more do you want? Anyways, it is time for us to get up the road. We have been dealing with a number of customers and clients new customers from Europe using the Holyhead Transport Hub. Shit, going the wrong way. And yeah, so chatting to a couple of the guys, absolutely fantastic bunch of guys. You know, guys that drive trucks for a living and do specialised work, especially throughout Europe. Hold on to get some light here. Especially throughout Europe, they are very, very intelligent guys. You know, the sort of work that they do and the places that they be in, it's unreal. Like we've guys in here with loads of liquid chocolate sitting at a particular temperature within the tanker. Guys with pharmaceuticals. We have a guy the other night I was speaking to who had like limbs, arms and legs and things for amputees. Just unreal, the cargo that goes up and down the roads. But as I say, I wanted to chat to a couple of guys myself, especially guys in here on a regular basis, see what they think, what's the feedback, what's the crack. And they keep coming back and keep coming back. But one of the things that we're trying to tell their operators and their bosses is that the site is designed also solely for operating centres and yards, commercial yards, for storage, for dropping trailers, trailer swaps, equipment, plant, machinery, hybrid offices like this office I'm in here, and with offices there next door and all. They're all for full use by the operator of the company. So there's so much business support and business development that can be done out from the yard here. It's fantastic. Like, and even just chatting to guys, you know, that come in and out, that keep coming back to the same site for the same reasons, is fantastic as well, you know. So anyway, it is now. It's now to get up in through a couple of meetings in through the town. We'll go over next door here to Holyhead Trucks. We meet with them guys as well, see what's going on, what's happening. And then I have to call over to the guys beside us here actually about storage space, you know, storage space within our own yard as well. So yeah, there's a private ambulance company as well who are looking to speak to us, and yeah, a lot of stuff happening. Anyways, need to do that, just off to Zoom calls, a couple of real long nights there. But it's given wild bad weather for tonight guys and this weekend. It's given storms, it's given flood warnings, given everything. So the Holyhead Transport Hub, I would probably stay on myself just and man it with their guys to come in and out, because as I say, that's what's here for, business support. Anyways, let's get a couple of these meetings done. Point of this clip is the shower. Fantastic, love it. Right, let's go. So just landed back to the yard here from them two meetings, and you know, people be yapping and crying when the bosses come in, Mark or I, and it's just, oh, here comes the bosses, they'll be yapping and crying about something. But one of the things we do yap and cry about, to be fair, is even if you run your eye down the legs of the bollards, you know, they're not straight. A simple wee task. Yes, a couple of bumpers have hit them and moved them about, but the guys allocated to the site here should be keeping that you know, straight all the time in a good order. And the way to say that, because when you come in and you're wrecked tired as a driver and you've been putting up serious mileage, and you think that you have two big lovely mirrors on the side of that vehicle, let me tell you, when you are tired and burnt out, the last thing you're worrying about is how close you are to something behind you. And we've all been in that situation, and it's just a matter of getting our park and getting our park safe. So for us to try and have this lined up as best we can, to where at the very worst case scenario the back axle will touch off the barriers, and you know, you're not hitting me brand new fencing. That's the most important thing. But anyway, what am I down here doing? We have a couple of guys started with us here, and they're in training at the minute. A couple of part-time guys. We're running through a security side, and you know, I just came in here to see how the training's going, and you know, even the likes of TIR cords and all, you know, and seals as well, things that we're expecting our guys to know. And it's actually unbelievable that we're bringing guys even from used to work in customs and used to work in police authorities and all, and they've no concept of exactly what them cords do. They thought they were just, they don't look pretty, but how important they are, what they're there for, making sure that even though the driver's sleeping in the cab, when you come in here to do your rounds, you need to make sure that you're throwing your eye down this here bit of equipment. It's not too, the drivers know what they're doing themselves, but the whole point here is that, or the whole thing we boast about, is that you can park here, you don't have to worry about your curtains being slashed, because to cut a set of curtains here, you'd want to make sure you know how to get out of here quick. So yeah, it's good to see that bit of training going on. It's something that we set and delivered ourselves, and I try and keep away from it as best I can, because as I say, we do a lot of close protection, we do a lot of security work that we've done for a lot of years also, and you can go into depth into certain things, but the basic site rules, the expectations that me and Mark set have to be delivered, and then we just come in and do unannounced stuff like this. But it's fantastic to see the guys are going through this on a parked trailer, which is all good. Right, alrighty folks, Friday night. How exciting. Friday night, back in here to do the Holyhead Transport Hub. Not sure what you can see with the lights flickering, but yeah, so the guys have a busy old night in front of them, ready for it. See that the heaters are constantly on, but that's what we have to do. Anyway guys, if you're not sure what we do, jump onto our website or jump onto our social media pages. So you might ask, what the hell are you doing? Well, what I'm doing is I'm actually in here and I'm gonna mop out all the toilets and showers. So the mop is out. We're getting everything ready because, as we say, clean showers, clean toilets, safe, secure site. Get to bed, put the night heater on, do not worry about people slashing your curtains or stealing your diesel. That is the bottom line. Anyway, what else is happening here? It's not great at night at all, the GoPro, but you might be fit to see. We have, who's in it? Let me see if there's anybody in it. Yeah, so we have one of the guys doing a bit of a wash down here of one of our units. For there's two coming back up the road where they've lifted trailers in round the, I don't know where it is, Cheshire, the Midlands or somewhere. They'll land back into the yard here, they'll drop them trailers, they'll run to the port, they'll lift trailers from the port, bring them out here, drop them on the Holyhead Transport Hub site, and there's guys then will be coming off the boat on the bounce, lift the trailer and go. There'll be guys come up to midnight that'll come in here and swap trailers with other drivers, then they'll take their time off. We have, I think, 1, 2, 3, 4 guys in here that's just come off the boat. They only need to finish out their 11-hour break. It'll be 12 hours in total. So they're doing a ferry movement. Some will be here for 3 hours, 4 hours, 6 hours, and then they'll get back on the road. So yeah, as I say guys, end-to-end solution. Customs clearance problems, I think, last night, especially with the weather. Well, the boat, there's a problem with the weather, problems with customs. I think customs didn't have the staff in, but anyway, we end up inheriting a number of trailers here for a couple hours. We still have some here for 2 days. It's coming on to 2 days because of the customs problems. But yeah, that's the way it is. That's why we exist here. Anyways, let's keep on with the cleaning. Saturday night, quick compliance yard check for the transport here in Holyhead, BMT Logistics, and yeah, all good. So good bunch of drivers in keeping the vehicles good nick. We be in checking, this is an unannounced random check. We be checking for full compliance with operator's license, transport compliance, roadworthiness compliance. We check loads, load security, seals, TIR cards, custom seals, customer seals, all that sort of good stuff. And then of course the health and safety of the site itself. So yeah, good job, good job. Right, let's get the hell out of here because we have to go to what do you call the place, Conway on the other side of the bridge, and yeah, it's going to be a long night. Anyways, let's go.